We call in creator energy to give thanks for who we are and where we are in these amazing times. This humble assemblage of people has been gathered together for reasons beyond our planning or intent. We find ourselves motivated by an unseen force to tackle the seemingly impossible and right the wrongs perpetrated and perpetuated on the innocent, on all of us, by our satanic nemesis. Our communications are clear, numerous, and relentless. There is no doubt that they are lawful pleas and protestations to those who continue to harm and ignore us. Speaking our intentions and making them known comes with expectations on both sides. Our expectation is to be heard and responded to with the willingness to arrive at a solution beyond compromise. Theirs is to ignore or block in the hope we will just go away in the frustration and futility of it all. We will to honor thy will, for which we are assembled. We choose to pour our spirit, heart, and soul into the work we are here and called to do. We are small, yet we are one, and one with the all that is, to call out injustice, cruelty, abuse, and complacency. While those we call out expect their monthly checks and retirement packages, we expect and are invested here and now in our future and that of our children for generations. These are our expectations. We do this not for money, but for utilizing our gifts you gave for these ends for which we have been chosen. Let it be so, and so it is. My name is Charlie White. I constructed a letter in response to a conversation, and I'm just going to read this letter, which was addressed to Steve Lippold, attorney in the state of Oregon, Office of Attorney General, and also a letter to Shelley Hoffman, who is the Director for Risk Management here on Oregon. To Steve Lippold, opening oneself to a different perception and role than they are accustomed to can be difficult for some and impossible for many. This is what is being asked of you in the message that follows. Our nation has known many coups and upheavals that are visible to the public. All the while, our nation has been gradually and insidiously infiltrated by an array of entities vying for position and power, which serve to fracture, confuse, and undermine the integrity of governance to the point of undermining and even compromising the integrity of those who govern. Looking into history, true history, shows us how far we have moved away from the beginnings of self-reliance, care for our neighbors and community, civics, personal integrity, integrity and justice, and moral ethics. Insidious acts have peppered our history, which brings us to the threshold of near collapse and a bankruptcy in every institution, education, medicine and health, politics and governance, the media, currency and finance, and on and on. In a nutshell, our nation was established as a republic and founded on the basis of common law, the laws of nature and of nature's God. The Articles of Confederation and Perpetual Union, adopted by the Continental Congress on November 15, 1777, served only the states. So the Constitution of the United States of America intended to represent a compact between the people and the states. While most people speak of the Constitution, mostly it is the Bill of Rights that they are referring to. That provides a refining to the more common folk and to what matters in our daily sense of well-being. It is broad in its interpretation, yet non-punitive, and provides simple guidance, not unlike the Ten Commandments. When combining the Constitution of the United States of America with the Bill of Rights, it is a document that has been crafted to provide reference and guidance unlike any other on the planet. It is a treasure to be held dear. Fast forward to circa 1871, when the Constitution began as statutory in nature, while initially maintaining common law. Enter the bankers with their Great Depression, and soon thereafter the attorney associations and their infiltration into every business, boardroom, and institution, referred to as legal, and where common law and the people got ousted from their land, soil, jurisdiction, along with their unalienable rights. Article 3 establishes a one supreme, and that's with a lowercase s, court of record. When combined with Amendment 7, in suits at common law where the value in controversy shall exceed $20, the right of trial by jury shall be preserved, and no fact tried by a jury shall be otherwise re-examined in any court of the United States than according to the rules of the common law. This is where our jurisdiction stands. Civilian, people, men and women with their progeny on the land and soil. Common law, without judges, without statutes and ordinances. The de jure, a legal concept that refers to what happens according to law and equity. It's actually a lawful concept. This is in contrast to de facto, Latin from the fact, which is used to refer to what happens in practice or in reality. For example, a de jure leader has the lawful right to authority over a jurisdiction, but a de facto leader is someone who exerts authority without holding the legal right to do so. The term de jure is often used in lawful as well as legal matters to distinguish a proper standard from de facto practice. This is opposition to your admiralty, law of the sea, de facto, color of law, that is both illegal and illegitimate. See Black's Law, 5th edition. Our Article 1, Section 1 social compact has been formed for over 6 years, since June 2018, and continues to work to educate and inform you de facto folks that your system is acting as foreign agents, FARA, on our land and soil jurisdiction, and treating us as if we are cash cows for the corrupt, the criminals, the wealthy and ultra-wealthy, both foreign and domestic. As the provisional government on Oregon since 2022, our Assembly, our Social Compact, and our Article 3, Amendment 7, One Supreme Civilian Common Law Court of Record has exhausted our patience with your arrogance and ignorance of us as a people whose unalienable rights are tirelessly trammeled and ignored to death. Your fraudulent courts, RICO, persons acting as judges, attorneys as foreign agents, FARA, acting with the corrupted courts that profit you all more than handsomely with your CRIS, that is CRIS system, that leeches from every unsuspecting client or case your Leos drag into court. It is all coming to a screeching halt, with your system falling and failing due to the sheer weight of its corruption and blight. We have informed you, we have demanded, we have attempted conversations, sent emails, we have served you well-styled instruments with proof of service, and we have been denied serving you on several occasions. Your time is up, and we are now in the process of following up on our grand jury decision to hold an arraignment and petite jury trial, addressing due process violations owed to each of the offenses to each of our many assembly members for your failure of due process and for your denying us assistance of unfettered counsel for our people in many cases and situations. While she did listen to our appeal on a phone call, Shelley Hoffman expressed that she has no regard for us in our jurisdiction and that we should appeal to you, Steve, for authentication of our jurisdiction. This is absurd. Send it to legal. I call up the Chevron deference, that you are not any more authoritative nor have any more power than another person. nor that you in your profession more than the people. Be informed that we have returned Oregon, just as the nation is in the process of returning the United States of America, to a constitutional Republican form of government as guaranteed in the Constitution of the United States of America circa 1859, an American common law form of self-governance, and where foreign agents acting as authorities will be disregarded or even banished for the harm done to people who simply wish to live healthy, happy lives, free of the excess of graft and corruption we refuse to further endure. As counsel for Shelley, a response is required. This is written on behalf of the Oregon Statewide Jural Assembly, the de jure Provisional Government on Oregon, mailed to Steve Lippold, State of Oregon Office of Attorney General, Shelley Hoffman, Director of Risk Management, and Cheryl Myers, Deputy Secretary of State. Thank you. Article 1, Section 1 of Oregon's Constitution, Natural Rights Inherent in People. We declare that all men, when they form a social compact, are equal in right, that all power is inherent in the people, and all free governments are founded on their authority and instituted for their peace, safety, and happiness, and they have at all times a right to alter, reform, or abolish the government.
They do not want to let go of this. They do not intend on losing here. And we do not intend giving it back to them.
And then the bullets started flying, and then he jumps out of the car, and he's got both his hands up. And he got out of the car, and he had his hands in the air. He's like, just shoot me then. This is what you want, to shoot me. And they did. They shot him dead. With his hands in the air, and I saw it. I swear to God. He was just walking with his hands in the air. And they shot him. And they shot him dead, and then after he was down on the ground, they shot him 3 more times.